Hey everyone, it's Neil Patel, and welcome to another day of LinkedIn Unlocked, where I teach you advanced strategies to turn business connections into leads and customers. Today is a happy day for me and a sad day for me because it's the last day of LinkedIn Unlocked. If you've missed any of the previous training lessons, you can go to neilpatel.com/training, click on LinkedIn Unlocked, and you can find all the previous course material there, as well as the lessons, the worksheets, the PDFs, the templates that'll all make your life easier. So let's get started. You've come far and learned much. I'm very proud of you for taking the time to learn about LinkedIn. And I really want to dive into some advanced tactics that's really going to help you get those extra followers, extra sales, and convert those business connections into relationships and partnerships. So why spend time on LinkedIn? Well, it was founded in December 28, 2020, later sold to Microsoft for $26 billion. There's over 30 million companies on LinkedIn. 89% of B2B marketers use LinkedIn for lead generation, and there's 675 million monthly users in over 200 countries. LinkedIn is projected to grow year by year. Over the years, they're continually looking to just keep growing in revenue and revenue. More and more businesses are continually going to pop up on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn's user base is expected to reach 66 million people in the US alone. That's a lot of people. So, important takeaway, LinkedIn will continue to grow every single year as more people go online and get into the workforce. So make sure that you're on LinkedIn. And you should use it so that way you can maximize your potential. And to do that, you need to understand your metrics. When it comes to LinkedIn analytics, these are the only metrics that matter. Impressions, video views, clicks, CTRs, likes, comments, shares, follows, engagement, total followers, organic followers, sponsored followers, the demographics, page view, unique visitors. What I really look at is impressions, video views, CTRs, clicks, comments, and I also look at my total follower count as well. So there's a lot of different metrics out there. You can pick either the ones that I really look for, or you can just go through all of them. So what do you want to do with the impression? Well, with the impression, you can build connections, ask them to join your group/community, work together, even offer a product demo. Product demos work so well to get people's feedback. And then usually at the end, you're like, oh, well, let me know if you're interested or know anyone interested. They'll probably be like, well, I'm interested. And it's a great way to sell people. You can work on a project, share experiences. From a sales perspective, webinars are a perfect tool to nurture your B2B leads and customers. So what's a flow that you can use when it comes to webinars? Well, I like to use an 8 to 12 day sequence. I invite people in the first 3 days, then I do 3 days worth of replays, then I do the offer, then I do a countdown. The countdown will get you roughly half your sales, so don't forget about the countdown. With your webinar, you can adjust the timelines. You don't have to use the exact 3-day gaps that I pick. Some people do 2 days, some people in the invite flow. Keep in mind when you're inviting, you're also showing them the webinar right then and there too. Some people speed it up, some people make the countdown a little bit longer, but I found that half your sales will come from the countdown, so don't forget that part. And with your overall flow, you want to reinforce their decisions with data from third party, not just your own. You want to have your unique selling proposition, break down the process of the 3 most valuable things that they should learn, include case studies, some testimonials, feature benefits, some call to actions, and Q&A, of course, at the end, because the Q&A allows you to figure out what objections people have. You can answer them, and then that'll help you generate more leads and sales. With B2B webinars, it's a great way to nurture leads. You don't always have to sell. You could have a list of customers or old customers, nurture on there. You'll have an opportunity to connect with them and inform and educate. You can establish your business as an expert on whatever subject you're going after. And companies like Salesforce, Oracle, they all run webinars all year long because it allows them to nurture leads and generate more revenue. So you should consider it too. It's also really affordable, easy to get up. There's a lot of big companies out there who use webinars like Marketo. They have over 321 million in revenue. Salesforce, over 17 billion in revenue. So if they're using it and it's working well for them, don't take it for granted because chances are it'll work really well for you. You can also do time-based webinars to create a sense of urgency, assuming you're not going to have it around forever. Include a catchy headline so people want to sign up and actually go to the webinar. Link to all your contacts that are interested. Go to them. Go share the link with them, so then that way you can end up getting more and more people on the webinar. And once they watch it, connect with them, make sure that you guys are connected so you can partner with them, potentially sell them, and follow up after as well. And make sure you keep your webinar going, right? There's no reason why you have to stop it. You can have an evergreen webinar and you don't have to do time-based, but in essence, whether you do time-based or not, consider some sort of webinar that keeps going over and over again so you can keep getting those leads on autopilot. To give you an idea of the power of using LinkedIn, it creates a huge network. Beats by Dre sold to Apple for $3.2 billion. Initially, Dre's lawyer recommended he sell sneakers instead. Record producer Jimmy Levine was hanging out with Dre and he suggested, hey, why don't you get into the speaker business? And musician will.i.am had encouraged Levine to get into the speaker business. And look, that created a massive big business for him. And you can get that huge growth from your network. And it turns out that everyone out there wanted high quality speakers and headphones. They got amazing feedback from music artists and everyone out there, from like the Justin Biebers to the Lady Gagas and P. Diddy's, who are rocking the headphones, wearing them out in public. And they licensed their brand to other people and other brands like Hewlett Packard, and that helped them generate more revenue as well. As you've learned in the past 2 weeks, there are many ways to leverage LinkedIn. Whether it's trying to create a business like Beats by Dre or whether it's trying to just do a webinar, there's no right or wrong way. Sometimes you can do multiple avenues and angles. Like I love running paid ads, doing webinars, strategic partners with other people. I'm not necessarily trying to find partners on LinkedIn to start a new company with, but the possibilities are endless. So what does it take to leverage LinkedIn to its maximum potential? First off, you want to optimize your profile page. And we discussed this in one of the very first lessons. If you haven't seen that, go to neilpatel.com/training, click on LinkedIn Unlocked, and you'll find the old lessons there. That'll teach you how to do everything from create that summary to get the endorsements, to the cover image, to breaking down your skills, and even work experience. On top of that, you'll want to connect with powerful people. LinkedIn gives you the ability to connect with the most influential people in the world. Like I mentioned, Michael Dell's on LinkedIn. Steve Ballmer's on LinkedIn. Bill Gates is on LinkedIn. Gary Vaynerchuk's on LinkedIn. And when you're connecting with these people, be persistent. You're not going to find your campaigns working right away. Sometimes it takes some time, energy, and tweaking. And that's why you need to form the right habits. By forming the right habits, continually pursuing it, not giving up, doing things like asking people for recommendations and endorsements on LinkedIn, talking to new people every day, participating in the groups, making sure your profile is up to date. All this will help you increase your odds of succeeding. And of course, being prepared is super important too. When you make those connections, if you're not prepared, you're not going to close those deals. That's why preparing is super important, especially when your sales cycle is 90 to 120 days, which is what happens in a lot of B2B companies. If you're not prepared, you're going to lose that deal, and there goes those 90 to 120 days. Sometimes people make up their mind that they don't want to work with you, but yet they'll still waste your time on multiple follow-up calls as well. I also want you to be a builder. Don't think of your LinkedIn profile as something that you have to maintain. Think of it as an asset that you want to grow, scale, and continue to leverage to get the most out of it. Number 7, make long and short-term strategies. It's not just about being short-sighted or even long-sighted. You can do strategies that both work well in the short run and long run that don't hurt each other, right? You don't have to make sacrifices by picking some short-run elements. You can do both at the same time. To summarize, how do you get to the next level? I want you to review this program at least 3 times over the next few months, use the modules as checklists, and work with the lessons, worksheets, cheat sheets at least once an hour per day, so that way you can build your contacts on LinkedIn and just grow. So you've pretty much completed everything. If you want all the worksheets, cheat sheets, PDFs, templates, go to neilpatel.com/training, click on LinkedIn Unlock, and you'll find them there underneath each and every single lesson. I want you to think of the most valuable people. They're where they are because of their network. So make sure you're on LinkedIn and leveraging it, because that network is invaluable. It's what's going to help you get to the next place you want with your business, your personal life, your goals. If you enjoyed this lesson, if you enjoyed this course, like this video, share it, tell your friends about it, subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.